Guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're actually going to be breaking down 7 creative ways that you can go about closing clients, even if you yourself personally don't have any case studies. Now, this is going to be an absolute banger video, guys. So all I ask in for return, basically in return for this free video, is you drop a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. All that helps me with the algorithm, helps me get my word out there, and it helps me help more people, if you will. So yeah, that would be much appreciated, guys. So let's actually jump into this. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video, guys, obviously is because the first thing a lot of people come across in SMA, if you will, is that yes, they want to start an SMA. They've looked into the other business models, dropshipping, Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, all that sort of stuff, crypto. Then they finally kind of like settle on SMA. Then the one thing that kind of like stops them and it gets in the way, if you will, is that they don't have any case studies or any past results or anything like that. So they think that that's it. The brain just literally shuts down, or should I say their brain literally just shuts down and basically makes them not think. They think that they're done, basically. That's it. They've hit a roadblock. That's it. The business is done. Well, what I'm going to do in today's video is I'm actually going to free up your brain. I'm going to get you thinking. I'm going to give you 7 creative ways on how you can go about landing clients, real ways you can land clients, even if you have 0 case studies yourself, you got 0 past work. So let's jump straight into my computer, guys. I want to keep this, very short, very sweet, if you will. But long story short, guys, we've got 7 ways to close clients without, case studies. So if you got no case studies, this video is for you. Now, first and foremost, I just want to start by saying this. This won't be easy, but it's not supposed to be easy. It won't be easy, and the reason for that is because most clients are going to look to see like a couple of things. Basically, they're going to think about when you're reaching out to a client and you're telling them I can actually run your marketing. The first thing they're going to be thinking about is who are you, what do you want, can you help me with this, have you done it before, can you provide proof? Those are normally the first things clients basically ask. So it's not going to be easy, but it will work. Some of these methods in here, not all of them might not work for you. Some of them definitely will work for you, and some of them I actually use inside of H-Traumatation, which by the way is still open for enrollment if you guys want to take your agency to the next level and kind of like shortcut all the confusion out there and just cut straight into your own success. But long story short, that's going up by another $200 very, very soon, because it's still at $797 enough plugin, but it still is in there. So obviously plugged to my program because it's genuinely good. Long story short, seven ways to close clients. Now, this won't be easy, but it will work if you actually put in the work, right? And again, most clients do actually want to see proof of some sort of results or even references. Now, when it comes to references, let me actually handle this really quickly first, guys. Now, I'm seeing a lot of you guys are getting asked for like references, case studies, that sort of stuff first. Now, I actually made a video on this not too long ago, or maybe like a couple weeks ago, but I actually broke down a real good way that you can actually significantly boost your actual close rate when you're actually on an actual sales call. And one of the ways is you can basically, like when you set up a meeting, for example, let's say you set up a meeting on a Monday. Let's say you're talking to a prospect on Monday, you reach out to a prospect on Monday, they reply to you on Tuesday, and then basically they say, yeah, let's jump on a call on Friday. Well, that day from Tuesday to Friday, what you can actually be doing, if you have case studies, by the way, obviously this video is a little bit different. I'll get to that in a second. But if you do have case studies, what you can actually do is bombard them with proof, case studies, testimonials, that sort of thing, if you have them, to then get on a call. So and again, this is kind of beyond the scope of this video, and I want to just throw this in there as like a bonus before we even get into this. But if you're getting asked for case studies a lot on your actual calls and you already have case studies, one of the reasons why it might be is because the call is so cold. You're coming onto the call completely cold. They don't know who you are. They've not seen proof yet or anything like that. Well, to eliminate that, what you can actually do is handle the objection before the objection comes up, is what I like to say. It's not really an objection. It's just more of a logistical question, if you will, which is actually, it's a logical question as well. Have you done this before? So what you can actually do is, if you already have case studies, you can actually provide case studies before you actually jump on a call with somebody. Again, I do mention that inside of H-Traumatation as well in the latest module that I literally just dropped in week 4. Anyway, long story short, if you don't have any references, obviously you can't provide any references. I don't actually recommend lying ever. Like, do not cut corners, guys. Again, I still live and die by the saying, if you cut corners, corners will come back and cut you. So never lie, never cheat, never say you've got references when you basically haven't. Now, what I actually recommend, guys, is, in fact, let me actually take you back real quick. So I want to take you back. And the funny thing is with references, guys, is even when you do have references, sometimes it's not a good idea to give your references to clients. I know that sounds absolutely insane, guys, but take a listen to this, right? I want to tell you a funny story. As you can see on the screen, the funny thing is I've actually had references and it's actually backfired. That should say it's backfired right there. I'm just going to put back here. It's actually backfired on me. Now, I want to tell you a story about how I almost lost one of my dental clients. Literally, one of my first ever dental clients I worked with, right? They were in Manchester. one of the first ever pieces of kind of like success I got in kind of like the agency space. And I remember I was in the dental niche. I was reaching out to all these different dentists. I actually finally got myself a client and whatnot, and it was actually in Manchester. They had a dental practice in Manchester and in London. So I'm not sure if you guys in the US are familiar with what I'm talking about, those cities. If you're not, go Google them. Long story short, I landed this particular client, right? And it was kind of like on a trial basis and whatnot, but I could actually see that they really liked me and stuff like that. And I'm not even joking. I literally started working with them, right? And I was reaching out to more dental practices around the area. We actually then signed a non-disclosure agreement with, that's just as standard at my agency. Since day one, we've been using non-disclosure agreements as like a template contract that I got from maybe like one of the courses I basically took, or just on the line, online somewhere. So basically I found a contract that has like a non-disclosure agreement. I do recommend having non-disclosure agreements. It makes clients feel very comfortable, if you will. And the funny thing is, right, I was working with this client and I was absolutely killing it for them. And I went and tried to close a completely different dental practice in a completely different city, nowhere near each other. So they weren't competing or anything like that. And this dude on the call, right? So again, think about it. There's me, Montel, with his agency. I've closed a dental client. We're working with them. We're absolutely killing it for them. But we've got a non-disclosure in place. Then there's another client that I basically have reached out to, a prospect, should I say, that I'm actually on a sales call with now, if you will. And they're basically asking me for a reference. And I'm saying, look, I don't really want to give out my client's name, blah, 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 blah. I end up giving out my client's name anyway. Long story short, they literally, after the call, they literally went and Googled this person. They went and reached out to this person. And the funny thing is, my client was like, yes, we are working with Montel. He's doing great work. And then it was so terrible, guys. It literally got back to me and it backfired. So I literally had my client literally almost, I want to say shouting at me, but it was very, very upset to the point where they didn't like they was almost ready to stop working with me because I literally just mentioned their name. I'm not even joking, guys. I had references. This is the craziest bit. Even when you do have references, it still might not be a good idea to give your references to other clients if you've got a non-disclosure agreement. If you don't, that's completely fine. Well, it might not be fine. Actually, you need to ask your client first, is what I'd say to that. Because honestly, it's really weird. I'm not even joking. I remember there were two people. There was kind of like my client, and then there was like his virtual assistant that was like, because he was quite a successful businessman, if you will. And his virtual assistant was telling me that like, so and so almost wanted to stop working. The word was he was furious. Do you mention his name? And he almost wanted to stop working with you. If it wasn't for the results you were pulling in, he would have literally stopped working with you. I am not even joking. I am literally not even joking. The funny thing is, as well, the other dude that asked me for references was literally just being a prick. He was just being a douchebag, to be honest with you guys. And he was actually I just felt like he was one of those, I'm a doctor, I have a doctor's degree, I'm above everybody else. And I was just trying to prove I was just kind of like, it's really weird because I was obviously very, very amateurish back then. And I didn't really have any experience under my belt. So yeah, even when you do have references, it can backfire. So remember that story, guys. So if anybody asks me for references these days, I'm like, look, I've got references, but the last time I did this, it backfired on me. So I'm not doing references right now. Now, let's jump into the first method. So method number 1 of closing clients without case studies. Now, you can offer a free trial. I've done this before. Does it work? No. Free trials do not work, guys. Honestly, even when you're killing it, like I just said with a dental client, even when you do offer free trials, the reason why free trials don't work, guys, is because number 1, I know it does sound like, getting something for free can actually work. The only problem, well, I guess technically it will work to actually get a client on a free trial. It will actually work there. But the thing that doesn't work is when you try to now start charging for the same service you was providing for free. So when you provide a service for free, guys, and then you try to start charging for that same service, a month down the line or 2 months down the line or 3 months down the line, or however long your actual free trial is, that person's going to look and kind of like, it's almost like a psychology thing, where it's like, I was just getting this service for free. Why now should I start paying for it? So I don't recommend a free trial, but you can actually do a free trial. That's one technical way you can actually get an actual client without having case studies. That's one way. Now you can offer a guarantee. This leads me on to point number 2, because something a step above that would be to still charge your clients, but offer a guarantee. Your guarantee could be some sort of a guarantee that basically your guarantee is there to reverse the risk. So you can say, if we don't produce you X amount of results or X result in Y amount of days, so if we don't produce you 20K per month, if we don't add an additional 20K per month for your Facebook ads in 45 days, we work for free. There you go. There's a guarantee where you don't even have to give money back. That could be we work for free guarantee. We can call that the we work for free guarantee. Or you can have a full money back guarantee if you're a little bit more ballsy. If you're just a beginner, I recommend the actual guarantee route, where you basically say, look, I'm super confident in this. If we don't actually get you results after 30 days, we continuously work with you for free until we actually get you the results that you deserve. Literally, that would be the route I'd go down if I was a beginner, because doing like a full money back guarantee might hurt you if you don't have that cash flow to actually pay your media buyer and then pay your client back the actual refund and stuff like that, because you do have to pay your media buyer for that work, and then you have to pay your client back if you don't actually genuinely get good results, unless you and your media buyer come to some sort of agreement if they offer some sort of guarantee as well, which could be a good idea. Now, so those are two different types of guarantees. The third way you can actually do this is you can actually leverage a media buyer's results. This is the go-to way, which should have been number one, obviously. This is like the cliche, it's getting cliche now, the typical online person that speaks about SMA talks about this all the time, because it's actually the best method, if you will. An agency, I want you to do this right now. Literally just open up a new tab, just Google the word agency definition. You will see that it says something on the lines of like an organization that basically provides services on behalf it's a business or organization that provides services on behalf of other businesses in return for some sort of fee or something like that. So that's what an agency actually is. But then if you Google what a business is, or if you actually define the word organization is a group of people. So an agency is a group of people that provide services on behalf of another business. So the point being is that you yourself are not an agency. Your agency is separate from you. Your agency is a group of people, and your business is only as good as the people inside of your business, if you will. So you need to find good people. Finding good people can come down to using stuff like freelance websites such as like Upwork.com, not affiliated with them, or you can go into Facebook groups and find media buyers, or even LinkedIn, or you can even technically go to like different job boards around your actual, around the internet, should I say, and actually find media buyers that way. Now, what you would do in this particular case is literally find a media buyer that already has some sort of experience and then ask them if you can leverage their results. Now, inside of Age Reputation, again, not another plug, but I'm actually genuinely being serious this time. Like literally, inside of Age Reputation, we actually have a contract that I've actually had to rewrite myself. And we have checked and make sure it's legally binding and whatnot. But it basically allows you to sign a contract with a media buyer that you have, right? But it basically states that they can provide, results and testimonials and that sort of stuff for you. So that you can actually leverage that to close clients. But you yourself, as the agency owner, can't run away with that work, which is an absolute, it just makes your media buyer feel so much more comfortable giving you their results, if you will, to use. So basically, you can't steal your media buyer's results and just not cut them in on the deal, if you will. So it's like, it stops you from stealing, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And this makes, media buyers feel so much more comfortable. But this is the go-to method. I do recommend finding a media buyer before you actually reach out to clients. As soon as you start reaching out to clients, you should actually start looking for a media buyer. Now, number 4 would be to build up so much authority and trust before your call that it sounds stupid for the actual person on the other end to ask you about results. What I mean by that is you can actually start building a personal brand on like LinkedIn. And this has actually genuinely happened to me with my actual first ever real estate client that I closed for £750 in Leicester. Literally, guys, I'm not even joking. Basically what I did is I created like a little case study video. And the funny thing is, this is going to link onto another point number 6, if you want on the screen. This is going to link into another point, is that you can actually build a case study around industries, like an industry case study. So I basically found like an online dude that was really good at like real estate Facebook ads, and I basically just started looking into his stuff and really learning from him and whatnot and understanding what he's doing. So I basically then started creating like demonstration ads on what I would do technically, what I would technically do if I was actually working with a real estate agent, and I basically just put it in like a nice like screenshot. Like I think it's on Apple, I think it's called Apple Keynote. So basically it's a slideshow presentation. You can use like Google Slides. And I basically just put it in slides and created a case study around the case study, saying, hey, look, this is an associate that I basically learned from. And I started authority hijacking, which links into all of these next points I'm going to make. And then what I started doing is I created this 25-minute long video, case study video, if you will. Again, this is inside of Age Reputation as a bonus, if you will, in the bonus section. But long story short, I created that. And I started connecting with a whole bunch of real estate agents on LinkedIn. And all I was doing was posting content about Facebook ads for real estate agents, Facebook ad mistakes for real estate agents, top 3 Facebook ad tips for real estate agents, why real estate agents suck at Facebook ads. Those sorts of titles is what I was doing. I was just creating little pieces of content. And by the way, the content I was creating were like small videos, kind of like 1 to 2, maybe even 5-minute long videos. Plus there was actually images of me. So I was building a personal brand in the real estate industry, if you will. And honestly, personal branding is so powerful. The funny thing is, as soon as I dropped my actual case study, so this is how it kind of went. Went onto LinkedIn, started connecting with a whole bunch of real estate agents. Then I started posting content every single day for about a month or something like that. Maybe even a little bit longer than that. Then I decided to put together a case study. I just basically marketed my case study. So every time I would drop a piece of content, well, not every time, but like every other time I drop a piece of content, I would link to my case study. The funny thing is though, the first time I actually released the case study, it was only live for about 24, 48 hours or something like that. And somebody like a real estate agent actually opted into my actual funnel, went through my actual video, watched the case study, booked in a call with me, and I closed them on one single phone call for £750 per month, just like that. And the funny thing is, I was struggling for about 17 months prior to that doing cold outreach. So as you can see, building a personal brand literally is extremely powerful. And not once did they ask me for case studies or references or testimonials or anything like that on the call. The reason for that is because I position myself as so much of an authority figure that it would be stupid to get on a call with me and be like, oh, do you know what you're doing? Do you have case studies? Do you have results? It would be stupid to ask that. The reason for that is because before that, you just watched an entire 25-minute video of me explaining exactly what to do. So you can actually see already that I knew exactly what I was talking about. And the funny thing is, in the video, I was breaking down their pain points. And one of the greatest things you can ever do, guys, is teach somebody. When you teach somebody and you can, not only teaching somebody puts you as an authority figure, but when you can explain back to somebody their own pain problems better than they can and why they're actually suffering from that pain, you automatically get seen as somebody who already has a solution for that. So it makes the entire sale so much more easier. Now, the next point would be to create demo reels or demo ads to basically show your expertise. Now I got this from my old video editor. So basically, when I was looking for a video editor, my video editor didn't really have any like past client work to show me, but he basically showed me like a demonstration reel of like what he's capable of doing in terms of editing. So he basically went online, found stock footage, like actual nice stock footage. He then showed me the before, what the footage looked like, and after. So basically it was like, he's taken online footage, like just literally gone to like, I don't know, wherever you find stock videos from, put those stock videos together, edited them up, put transitions, texts, call outs on the video, and showed me what his editing skills are. Because all I'm going to be doing is just giving him videos and making him edit them anyway. So basically he was color grading the image, the actual the videos. He was putting transitions in there, call outs, text, editing certain things up, chopping it up. And then he basically showed me, even though it wasn't client work, he showed me what he was capable of doing in terms of his video editing skills. So you can do the same thing by creating demonstration ads, demo reels, demo copy. You can even write demo copy. Like literally go and create a Facebook ad right now, right? For a business that you would work with. Create the copy, create the creative or use some sort of creative and explain why this would work hypothetically if you were to run it. Obviously you don't know if it would work, but you'd explain what the angle is and what your thought process is behind that. Why does your copy look like that? Why does the creative look like that? What's the point of the creative? The creative is to get the person to stop scrolling to read the copy. The copy then gets, the actual click. The click goes through onto this page. Just explain that sort of stuff, guys. And honestly, that actually shows already expertise. So if you can do that in like a case study video as well, honestly, that would take you, that will take you very, very far. Now, I've already mentioned point number 6. So that was point number 5. Point number 6 is to create a case study around another industry case study. So you can find case studies online. Don't steal them, but you can create your own case study around the case study. So basically, it's like you find a case study, but you talk about that case study because you understand it. And I've literally seen, I'm not even joking, I've seen so many people do this. It's actually called authority hijacking, which is point number 7. Authority hijacking is where you kind of leverage someone else's name and someone else's case studies, but you talk about them in a way that kind of like, it still puts you in the same kind of like realm as them, but you're not saying that you're not ever claiming that those are your results, basically. So it's basically me like, it's basically like me saying, take a look at Sam Owens, for example. Here's a funnel that he's basically running. I can actually build this funnel. Sam Owens is doing this to generate traffic. He's doing this thing, that thing, this thing. And I explain his entire funnel from front end to back end and saying that I can actually set this up because I've learned from Sam Owens, if you will. That's me authority hijacking off of Sam Owens because he's obviously, a huge entrepreneur and whatnot and doing his thing, if you will. So that's kind of like what authority hijacking is. And that, guys, is 7 ways you can actually go about, right? Leveraging just 7 different methods so you can actually go about closing clients without case studies, guys. Now, you don't need all of these. You can just use a few of these, or you can mix them up, or you can try a few of them. But honestly, if you even just create a case study video of you explaining a person's pain problems and then showing like a demonstration ad and explaining why that's good, and then backing it up with like someone else that's actually done this in the industry, honestly, I think that's enough. Again, create a case study, explain someone's pain problems, teach a little bit, then create demo, like a demo ad as to what that would actually look like in a video, and then link that and actually back that up with some facts and figures saying, hey, look, this is already being done by so-and-so in the industry. They're out, in Australia running a 7-figure agency or whatever it is, and this is what they're doing for their clients. I can do this exact same thing for you guys. Literally, that's where I've learned everything from. Then what you can do is, so this is if you haven't got a media buyer, obviously, that's what you can actually do in that particular case. Because that's authority hijacking, creating a case study. Just creating a case study alone and explaining stuff on video will actually increase your authority as well. That's a really great way of doing that, and make people watch your case study before they get on your call with you. So there you go. There's a couple of points. Honestly, guys, don't let those go over your head, because that literally is the key to doing this sort of stuff. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this particular video. I hope that I've actually sparked some sort of like, creative juices in your brains, if you will, so you can go out there and actually start closing clients without any case studies. Anyway, guys, if you're interested inside of, enrolling inside of Instrumentation, that is still open for enrollment. It's still $797. We'll be going to $997 eventually. That's its, set price, if you will. More and more modules are coming out. Still, again, I'm trying to redefine the entire online courses stuff, so give me a little while to build it out. Honestly, it's probably one of the best. It's probably one of the reasons why we have over 250 freaking screenshots anyway in the first year. It's not about rushing it, to be honest with you guys. Long story short, guys, hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.